Hi, welcome to my channel. I hope all of you are doing well. In this video, I'm going to tell you how you can create Selenium test automation in 10 minutes. So this will be a complete practical session. But before moving to the practical session, I will just give you the small introduction. What is Selenium? Why nowadays people are using the Selenium? What are the things you will need if you want to build this Selenium test automation suites, and what are the main components of this Selenium framework. So alright, this is actually the open source. You don't need to pay anything for it, and it supports multiple browsers and multiple platforms. That is why nowadays people are preferring this Selenium test automation suites. When I'm saying multiple platform, means you can execute this test automation suites using Java libraries, .NET libraries, or Python libraries. Okay, and it also supports the multiple browsers starting from Chrome till Internet Explorer. So all right, so when you want to build this Selenium test automation suites, right, so you need two things. One is the IDE, so that is nothing but the Eclipse. Okay, or you can use the normal Eclipse also, or you can download the Selenium specific IDE from the Eclipse website. Okay, that is also free. You don't need to pay anything for that. And then second thing you will need is the WebDriver. So WebDriver is actually specific to your web browser. So whenever you are downloading the WebDriver from the internet, make sure you know the web browser, type of web browser you are using, and the version. These two things are very important. uh, then we'll move to the what are the main components. I will not go in details here, but there are two main components: Selenium remote control server, and second is the Selenium grid. Remote control server is basically used to launch and kill your web browser. Okay, so Selenium remote control server is basically injecting the Selenium core, that is nothing but one JavaScript program into your web browser, and that is how this your application test scripts are communicating with the web browser, and that is how you are achieving the test automation. Second thing is Selenium grid. So sometimes it is required to execute the test automation suites on remote machine, multiple machines simultaneously. So in that case, we will require someone to send the commands to the remote machine, right? So that is where this Selenium grid is coming in the picture. It's a kind of proxy server using which you can send a command to the remote machine, and it is also having a kind of console wherein you can check the status of this Selenium grid. Alright, so this is all about the introduction and some detail about the Selenium. Now we'll quickly go to the practical session. So I'll just open my Eclipse. So this is the normal Eclipse. Okay, I created one Maven project here. You can create this simple Java project also, and then you can put the Selenium Java libraries into your class path. Okay, but I would suggest you, and this is the recommended, that you can use the Maven or Gradle. Okay, so when you will create the Maven project, this is the main pom.xml file. Okay, and here you will add the dependency. Okay, those who are not aware about the Maven, you can I will say this is the file wherein you can put all the dependencies, and these dependencies will be part of your project class path. Okay, and this dependency you can download from the Maven Central repository. This is the Maven Central repository, and then according to your platform you can download from this site. Okay, it's a completely free. Then I choose this version because currently this is the stable version. Alright, then second thing you will require is the WebDriver. So yeah, I download the web drivers from this site. So I am basically going to create the automation for this Chrome browser. So this is the site. You just search on the net web drivers for this particular browser. Okay, you will get this is also completely free, and just make sure whenever you are downloading the web drivers, just check the version. All right, then okay, so I just created one sample program here. So okay, we'll see what is that in the sample program. So what I will do, I will first comment this thing. Okay, so this is just a sample Java program. It is having the main method. Okay, first thing I did here, I set the property here. This is the WebDriver property. So since I'm using the Chrome browser for the test automation, so I set the Chrome browser property here, and this is actually the path, okay, where I put my WebDriver. So I can show you, this is the path. Okay, sorry. So yeah, so this is the path. I put my Chrome driver here. All right, so then second thing I did, I just create the object of this WebDriver. I'm using the Chrome, so that is why I created the Chrome driver. If you are using the Firefox, then you need to create the Firefox, you need to initialize this driver with the Firefox class. Alright, one thing you need to make sure whenever you are initializing this driver, right, before that please set this property. Okay, so what I will do is I will just test this whether it is working or not. So I will just apply this test suite on my on public website. So this is the public website, www.google.com, and I'm not doing anything here. I'm just printing the title. Okay, all right, now what I will do, I will just save it. Okay, and then I will run this. So it is searching for the Java main type. Okay, so yeah, so okay, so I can see the Chrome driver was started successfully. Yeah, I can able to see the web browser is launched. Okay, it means my automation is working, and here you can see I printed the title. So I'll just check whether I am able to see the title or not. Yeah, I think I closed it, right? But yeah, it's working. Oh, some error. Why some error? We'll just see. We'll run it again. Maybe I closed the browser, right? That is fine. Yeah, Chrome driver was started successfully. I can see in the console. Yeah, so my browser is launched now. Okay, I will not close this browser. We'll see what is happening. Yeah, so I can see the title here. It means my the automation simple automation suite is working. Now what I will do is so I'll just go to again my PPT here. So just run it. Okay, so I hope you're able to see this. So what I did now, I created one table in my MySQL application, and then I created one microservice using Spring Boot. On top of that, I created one React.js application. Okay, and now I am going to create the Selenium test automation suite for this React.js application. This is just a simple application. It is having one login page, and I will enter something using the test automation. I will enter username and password in the login page, and then I will go to navigate to one page, and there I will click one button, and then I will call this web service. Okay, so we'll see how this is working. So before moving that, I will just show you where is my microservice is running. So this is the simple microservice. I'm just getting the customer information using customer ID. You can see the customer information is here, and this is the REST API URL. Okay, and this is my actually the React.js application. It is running on this port 3000. It's just a simple application. I need to enter the username and password, and then I'll do the login, and then I will click on that button. Okay, so we'll quickly go again to the Eclipse. Now I'll just okay, all right. So same thing, I set the property here. I created the WebDriver. Now I in the driver, basically I have mentioned the URL of my React.js application. Okay, then what I'm doing here is so basically the login page, as you see, we have two text boxes, username and password. So with the help of ID, I'm basically fetching that web elements, and then I'm setting some value on that text box using with the help of this send key method. Okay, same thing I did for the username and password. All right, and then what I'm doing is I'm clicking on the login button. This is the ID of the login button, and you can see it. I click on that button. Okay, after that I will go to the one page. Okay, and there again I am the button which I need to click, right? So I am with the help of ID by.id, I am just getting the ID, and then I'm clicking on that button. Okay, so I'll just run it. Okay, so I can see this test automation suite launched this Chrome browser, and see automatically it is entering the username, password, clicking on login button. Now I'm navigating to one page and click on that button, and I can see some values here. Okay, so this is, I can say, it's a end-to-end test automation, or I have automated a small part of my functional testing with the help of this Selenium automation suite. Okay, so lastly I just wanted to tell you what are the benefits you will get if you are using the Selenium automation. So as I told you, it's open source, don't need to pay anything. It supports different platforms, different browsers. It's very easy to implement. Implementation is very easy, reusable also. If you are creating the Selenium test automation suite for one project, 50% part you can use for the reuse for the second project also. Integration is also very easy. If you are thinking to integrate this with the CI/CD pipeline, then this thing is also very easy. It's, as I mentioned, you can execute this automation suites on multiple machines parallelly using the Selenium grids. And one thing I notice here, it is basically taking very less hardware usage as compared to QTP and UFT. Okay, and last is it is having very good enterprise support. So if you face any issues while doing the automation, right, so you can put your queries on the forums or in the enterprise support websites. So that's actually these are actually the advantages of this Selenium. Okay, I hope you like this video, and if you have any suggestions with respect to the content, anything, just put it in the comment section. And thank you so much for watching this video, and please don't forget to subscribe my channel. Thank you so much. Bye.